What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a Tuesday evening and welcome to another Wild Eye review. Today I am doing the 2018 Wild Eye film False Flag. Now, False Flag is not your typical Wild Eye movie. It is not a horror movie. It is a political kind of action thriller. The first thing I want to say is thank you, Rob, and thank you, Wild Eye, for sending me this to review. I actually really enjoyed this film. I want to start with the packaging here. This is the cover for False Flag. That's the back. Wild Eye does some of the best cover arts in the business. And every once in a while, the movie doesn't quite live up to the cover art. In this particular case, this one does quite a bit. This imagery is pretty much all in the movie. And that's awesome to me. Wild Eye's cover arts show how much they care about their product. And I love their awesome artwork. A few of my buddies and a few of my fellow YouTubers have really not given this one high reviews. Personally, I really enjoyed the film. Now I do have some issues. We'll get to that in a minute. So this film was directed by Aaron Garrett, who actually also has a role in the film. It stars Justin Rose as Ash Whitmore, Sean Mount as Mark Whitmore, and Andrew Yackel as Donnie Donovan. Two brothers, a journalist, a couple of mercenaries, and some friends are stuck in a town in the middle of a corrupt police force and protesting citizens. The town is being put under martial law, and it is up to them to try to evade capture and get the footage that they have taken out to the masses. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I'm going to start with cons first, guys, because I have a few that I just want to talk about real quick, then we'll get into pros. My first con is there is no trigger points in this movie. We don't know why this is happening. We don't know what the hell is going on, honestly. And that is a big gap in the story. They don't explain it. They don't tell us what happened. Nothing set this off. All of a sudden we see protesters, and then we see the police force and the military coming in. And that's it. We get no explanation for why. We get an explanation of what may happen and how the government's going to cover things up, but we still don't know why. My next con is I think they put a little too much emphasis and spent a little too much time on the brothers' domestic troubles. These two brothers, they don't get along, they haven't seen each other in a few years, and they're not too happy with each other. And I think we spend more time on that than we do on things that matter to the story. A third con is that it is a bit anticlimactic. The ending, while the movie I found to be highly entertaining, the ending kind of left me thinking that the story wasn't done. And I wanted to see what was going to happen next. And unfortunately I didn't get that. And I'm not sure if I will get that. With these lower budget movies, in my opinion, it is not a good idea to end on a cliffhanger. Because we don't know if you're ever going to see another one. That's just one of the risks you take. If nobody likes the movie, we probably won't see it again. Getting into the pros, I like the way this movie is set up. I like that we have this journalist, this underground journalist, who is presenting this footage that is found to the public. And I thought that was a really cool way, kind of a wraparound almost to an anthology film. And I enjoyed that. It's not an anthology film, I just like the formula that they used. Now, I myself am not a fan of found footage movies. I never have been. All the jerky cameras, the shake camera, it gives me a headache. This one, I didn't mind so much. I enjoyed the different camera angles. And I liked the way they did it. Sometimes they use crappy cameras. Sometimes they use better cameras. And it really did make a difference and make it seem that much more authentic. Something my buddy Jason over here at Nightmares pointed out too on this film is the acting for a low budget film was pretty decent. I really enjoyed the acting in this film, and honestly, I think my favorite actor in the movie is the director of the movie, and his character is my favorite character. I love Roland, one of the mercenaries. I think he's awesome. I really love the equipment and the vehicles and the guns and the props that they use in this movie. A lot of times in these lower budget films, they get really crappy looking props. I'm not trying to throw anybody out there, and it's a pretty cool looking little movie. There's a fan film making its rounds on YouTube right now, and I believe it's called Jason versus Michael or Michael versus Jason, I'm not sure. And it's about those two fighting. Well, the cops that are transporting Michael, you can tell that like one of their guns is a paintball gun. You can tell that their shotguns are fake. You can tell that they're toys that were painted black. That wasn't an issue here. They used real weapons. They had armored vehicles, armored tank. They had actual military vehicles. They did their job. They spent the money in the right places, and they made it look good. To me, that was a huge pro. Now, as I said, this is a film I enjoyed. There is that huge gap in the story of how and why this is even happening. But what we get to see it in progress. And it's entertaining. It never once left me bored or thinking, man, I wish this was over. I really did enjoy the movie. I got to give some props here, man. I got to give Aaron Garrett props. I really did like it. I hope you get to do another. I really hope to finish this story. I would like to see why they did this. I want to see what that cliffhanger was at the end, mid-credits. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to give it away because I want other people to go and check out this movie for themselves. Now, honesty, guys, this is not a great film. But it's an enjoyable film. This, I don't know if this is Aaron Garrett's first time as director, but I think he showed some promise. The reviews I read on IMDb shredded him, and I don't think that he deserved that. I think he has some promise. I think he was able to do some pretty cool stuff. Personally, I hope that the next one isn't found footage. I would like to see what he could do with some really good cinematography and really good camera placements. As I said, whether we'll get another one or not, who knows. But in the meantime, guys, check out False Flag. They call it on the back the Red Dawn for the Information Age. I don't know if I'd go that far. It really didn't seem very similar to Red Dawn to me. But that's just my opinion. Honestly, it seemed more like a prequel to a zombie movie. That would be a cool twist. Like what they were doing was actually keeping this town contained because of an outbreak. Who knows? I just think that would be kind of cool. Once again, I just want to thank Wild Eye for sending me another kick-ass film. And I want to say thank you to all my subscribers out there. You guys make this worth doing every single day. I have so much fun doing this, and you guys are absolutely awesome. I want to give a couple quick shout outs to some smaller channels that are on the come up that I'm really enjoying right now. One is Adeline's Horror World. Check her out. She's a young YouTuber. Very nice, very cool, and very knowledgeable. I want to give a shout out to Horror and Taj. He's a great dude and he's doing some cool stuff. Keep it up, Tony. I want to give a quick shout out to my homie Ben over at the Cadaver Club. Check out his stuff. He is absolutely awesome. Anyways, guys, this is Bronco Juggalo saying peace.
I'm a cannonball, cannonball. I'm a cannonball, cannonball. I feel invincible the way I'm crushing through.